And we're live.
Not to get us off of bikes, but we were talking about safety earlier. Does anybody here go to the home gym subreddit? Have you ever been there?
No, but I go to the gym. Tells me but I enjoy gym fails.
There's a gym, home gym Facebook group too, and it's like, yeah, some of it. I'm sorry, maybe you want to lead with this, but some of it is like inspiring. You know, there's this poor guy in Kenya who wants to get more fit, and he's bought a bar, some milk crates, and he's just bench pressing all the paint cans he can find. Yeah. Like, all right, that guy, I cut a break. But then you shift to some other guy, like in America, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? This is just stupid.
Pull this image up. This is one describe. So if you go to the home gym Reddit, it is a mix of unbelievably wealthy people who have commercial style and size gyms in their garage or basement, and people who are using spare lumber and like bags filled with sand. And my favorite part of the whole thing is someone will post something like this.
So good.
And they'll be like, dude, that's really dangerous. Like, I get you want to be fit, but everything. And this was the less bad one. This one I saw, I'm linking it right now for you to
Can I just say, in prison, our workout equipment was better than that. And it was they would take laundry bags. So you had like a canvas bag with like the pull rope on it, and they would put rocks in there that they had pre-weighted, and then they'd take a magic marker and write on various rocks, you know, like 12 pounds, 22 pounds. And so but it wasn't a pipe like that. Like we had that exact setup, but we didn't have a bench press. It was all overhead press.
Well, this and my other favorite thing is when people go to Home Depot with no experience and they put something up and they build something and they all excitedly post. Someone posted this yesterday when Zach posted up, and all the comments are like, "Oh no, oh no, please don't lift on that." Number one, like someone was asking questions like, "Hey, so is there a through bolt?" Yeah, you know, that goes through and secures the wood, and he's like, nah, it's like a bunch of little screws. They're like, okay. and it looks like the only thing holding it are those little bits of like tin, those pieces of tin down there. Like that is just sitting there. That's the most weight it can hold. If that sticks up there for 5-6 minutes, it's gonna fall. Like, dude, it's not even the right angle. That is so fucking dangerous and stupid.
As a woodworker, I immediately look at this and think about racking forces. A racking force, like ever make a table and then the four legs just stick straight down? It's only strong if you press perfectly down. Right? Looking at this thing, if I were to press on that top corner above the weight, you know it would fold like a set.
Can you imagine, like, I don't know what pushing out like one more?
What if I press them?
One more press?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a racking force. That sideways force. It is not there's nothing about that he needs a top bar. Every squat cage has, like, it's connected. It's a cube. It's not just two walls.
Every single comment is like, please do not lift with this. Like, please don't. And it's funny because like someone will post like a $5,000, $10,000 setup and get like 100 upvotes. The ones that get the most popular are these like borderline suicidal death wish setups where it's 85, or actually that was probably expensive. Lumber's like through the roof right now, apparently, as far as priciness, because I've seen people bitching about that. But holy fuck, it's not worth being jacked if you're dead, and you're not going to be jacked because like you won't be able
the lumber just came down.
Is it?
Did it?
Okay, well then this guy can afford to put a couple more bolstering, pieces in there. Okay.
Yeah. But if you look at the way it's made, like it kind of tilts toward the lifter. Like if you're standing facing it, like that thing should be nicknamed the crippler. Like if one of those gives way, it's sliding right into your shins with whatever he had on there, 120, 140
Oh, that's
pounds.
a good
We
point.
call this high risk, low reward lifting. Yeah. Anxiety inducing lifting. Yeah, that blew me away. That people are gnarly. So fucking.
There's I live in Venice Beach, which is like, known for Muscle Beach or whatever, and it was closed for pandemic, and so there was like they shut it down. People were figuring out all kinds of interesting ways to like work out, in the street basically. And there's this dude I walk by all the time who's got like a push cart that must have like 800 pounds of kettlebells in it. And every morning this motherfucker is pushing this thing up the street with these metal wheels. It's got metal wheels on this push cart. and he's just rolling these things back and forth up the street. It's crazy. Oh yeah, Zach just got it. Yeah, lumber went from 1372 per 1,000 feet in April, is now at 774. What I learned, because we're renovating a house, is that lumber is seasonal. So the demand was high as they were running out of the 2021 supply, and we are now approaching into the 2022 supply, and it is back to normal, pretty much.
Well, that's good. Well, then there's no excuse for these racks on the home. Because in fairness, there are some people like Woody who know exactly what they're doing, and they'll post it, and it's like a perfect mimicry of like a Titan R3 rack, where big 3x3 posts, and it's got a big thick through bolt, and everybody's like, this is perfect. And except the one I saw, people were like, that's awesome. What a great way to save money. He's like, yeah. No, it ended up being about $40 more expensive, but I enjoyed the process.
I've got a lot of shit like that. Like I've made my own racks that held the lumber, and it was pretty pimp looking. Like I was proud of it and had some storage built in. It was what I really wanted. And then there are other guys who like made it out of metal cheaper, probably stronger.
We did the same. My dad did the same thing once. Like I remember one year I bought a brand new deer stand, like a climbing deer stand. If you're not familiar with this, it's a very lightweight is important because you carry this thing into the woods. It's a 2-part thing. It's kind of like the rig you might have seen people climb electrical poles with.
Portable tree fort. Is that?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and it climbs the tree for like you tilt it down and lift up, and then when you pull down, the teeth bite into the tree, and then there's a chain on the back. So you've got like this mechanism so that you can climb a tree, yourself. And when you're done,
question: if you hit a tree limb, that's as high as you can go.
You bring a saw with you. They make these really aggressively toothed hand saws that you can saw through a limb that's like 3 inches in diameter and just 10, 15 strokes or something. And you do that pretty commonly going up. And you also pick a tree without a lot of limbs. But anyway, they're about $350 or something like that. I had the Grand Slam Supreme. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
And
I thought you were talking about like a breakfast that morning.
Right. That's what it sounds like. It's a super comfy thing. And my dad was like, $350 is a little expensive. I bet I could fabricate that out of aluminum and have it TIG welded up and save a lot. $450. $450, and his weighed more. like we weighed them, and like mine was still like 3 pounds lighter or something like that after he bought all the aluminum. Like it was just better aluminum that I had on mine.
Man, it seems like the good people at Outdoor Adventures knew what they were doing, Dad.
Almost, yes. They seem to be good at this.
It wasn't their first try.
Yeah, right.
They've been doing this for a job.
Yeah, some jackass stole mine out of a tree. I left it like in the woods, and they came along and found it. And
did you always leave it in the woods? Just like, I don't want to bring it back with me.
Like there wasn't supposed to be anyone else out there, like it was supposed to be our place. Like we were leasing it.
It was your woods?
It wasn't ours. It was someone else's property, but we were leasing it. So we were the only people that were supposed to be out there hunting. So it's
fuck that guy.
Oh, what a dick.
Too
bad he didn't steal the terrible one that your dad made.
Yeah, that thing is still hanging on the wall over at his house. I'm sure he still got it.
Yeah,
I've seen people make some sketchy like skate ramps out here. They put them in the street, and it's like, oh boy, I could just see the fucking knees shattering from here.
Yeah, you like see ramps, and there's only like there's nothing in the middle of the ramp. So like you get halfway through and it snaps, and then you trip forward over the incline part.
Yeah.
They used to do that intentionally on Jackass, I think, like to fall on purpose.
Yeah.
A piece of plywood and a brick, effectively.